Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade,
And I'm Joe.
and we're here to do a bustling little travel, not really a travel, like a train station adventure, thriller, something, Cairo Station from 1958 by the Egyptian director Youssef Chahine. Um, it's from Egypt, and it's hard to really kind of say what this movie is. It's like a noir film, but it's also like a psycho-ish,
Yeah, it's like
psycho thriller kind of.
it's a proto kind of um yeah, it's in the similar vein as Psycho. I don't want to get too far and spoil everything in the beginning.
Yeah,
It's very much like a Psycho and it's a thriller.
I went into this knowing nothing,
Yeah.
and I was pleasantly surprised on how it unfolded.
Yeah.
It stars it stars the director Youssef Chahine as Kawani. I think it was Kawani.
Yeah.
And then we have Hind Rostam as Huruma, who is
Hanuma.
apparently the Marilyn Monroe of the East or Arabia. That's what she was kind of considered because she has Marilyn Monroe features. I wouldn't say she's a carbon copy.
Right.
And Sharid, right here. Farid Shekwe. I probably butchered it. Who plays Abu Siri.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the characters pretty much.
It takes a bit to finally get settled in with your protagonist. Early on, we're seeing like Abu Sari, Hanuma, the man in charge of the newspaper stand, so like Kunwani's boss. But
Who views him as like a son, it seems.
yeah, and they see him as harmless, and it's the film explores like how far that can get pushed before it hits a breaking point. And then in the background, we have a serial killer out and about and attacking people and killing them and getting away with it, and people are investigating that and like worried about that. But it's a whole lot of different plot lines.
Oh, don't forget the love story of like that young girl and the guy that is like hiding her behind his back, behind
the
everyone's
family.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very much like it's a lot of these like subplots throughout the film that all kind of converge at various points. So we have the young couple where the boy or a young man is, I guess, getting on a train and moving away. I guess he's going to school or joining like the military or something. Like, I don't remember that whole story, but he has a secret romance with the young lady, and basically they've kept it under wraps, but it's a very much a young lover's story. And then you have the serial killer subplot, you have the
unionization
the unionization subplot where they're having government officials show up at the station to organize a union vote. Then you have Kimwani, who's obsessed with Hanuma, who's manipulating him to get certain things. But I mean, she does that with a lot of characters in the film. And you have the whole refreshments ladies group, which Hanuma is a part of.
She's like the ringleader.
Yeah, where they basically, there's a guy at the station who has a stall that sells refreshments, but what they do is they get refreshments and go and sell them on the trains before security can come and stop them.
And then they refill the bottles.
Yeah.
Like, give me the bottles.
They refill them or recycle them. And so it's all this stuff going on, and it takes quite a while. And then when it like clicks,
when you figure it out,
when it clicks with where this plot's going, it gets like it's one of those moments you're watching it and it reminds you of other, like, even like the other Western 50s films. You're sitting there and you're like, okay, here we go. We got a love triangle. We got, the workplace kind of issues. And then we hit the turn and you're like,
oh, this is what
okay.
we're doing. Oh.
Okay. And it just escalates and escalates. It's very, it's very Hitchcock.
Yes.
It's very Hitchcock.
There's what I like about Kiwani, his character is how he's established. First off, he's thrown off a train, and he's like, "Oh no, what happened to this boy?" And then they show him when the plot actually starts. They show him he's on the ground, and then he gets up, and like there's like this glass, it's like this gimmick glass that kind of makes his face look distorted, and I'm like, I like how that's kind of establishing him as like he is beneath people.
Yeah.
People view him as like a subhuman at times because he has a limp and he's disabled, which I guess may be a metaphor for male dysfunction, maybe. Like in society, he's not a strong man. He's not an alpha male.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things.
There's definitely an element, and I think this might be on purpose. There's definitely an element of sexual repression, and I feel like this is post-Revolutionary War Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And like sex is not. It's a little bit more closed.
Yeah.
And you could definitely tell with Kiwani, he's very repressed.
Mm-hmm.
In life, but also like in urges, with being attracted to women and stuff like that.
He pines and obsesses and then like kind of latches on. And
he does.
Yeah, and as Hanuma leads him on a little bit,
I feel like she doesn't take him seriously. She's not leading him on purpose. More, she's joking around with him because she doesn't take him seriously.
Right. I don't think...
It's like, Kiwani, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I think people view him as harmless. And in her mind, I think she's looking at it as a lighthearted flirtation. And, like, kind of giving Kiwani, like, a bit of attention that he craves. But what ends up happening is she becomes his sole focus. And it's, ultimately what drives the plot in the second half of the film. And it really takes a turn from where you start if you go in blind to where you end up about halfway in, and it's like, okay, this is a completely different movie than I thought it was going to be, and I'm in for this ride.
Yes. And also it's a pretty brisk ride. It's like an hour and 17 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. And like one of the big things, like you brought up the glass shot, the cinematography is really great.
Oh
really
my
playing
God.
with the train yard, and the different cars and the different places.
When there's a shot, it's when she goes in there into the train and they start doing the music number thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a show, like you're inside the train, you see the window, and you see some people in the background, and then you see two hands start clapping, and I'm like, oh man, this is this Youssef is very very good with the eye. There's also a good scene where like he offers Hanuma his mother's necklace, and it's like this cool like fountain background.
Yeah. And
I'm like, he knows. There's also another little touch that I think is really nice is they have like when there's like this romantic scene, most with the young couple, it's like this swelling musical score, romantic score. But whenever you have Hanuma and Kiwani, especially the part where she's changing, it's almost ominous and like dissonant.
It's something's off.
Or it's silence, complete silence. And I love that little touch that they did there. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I think it's really telling on the relationships.
It feels off. And
even like when the romantic music, it feels overly schmaltzy. It feels like it's like overly done. That could have just been the era.
I was so pleasantly surprised by like the shot choices and the sequences that they put together, they're very incredible. Their performances are great, and it's an engaging and interesting plot, especially for the time. Like, we're talking about it, we compare it to Psycho. This is years before Psycho.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a very like interesting film to go back and find, and it's on the Criterion collection. It is a very, very like everything, like all these little things are done extremely well and with extreme care and precision. It's so good.
And it's a movie that both you and me had no clue what this was. I saw it was a new release coming out on the Criterion collection, and I was like, "What's this?" The cover's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's got Rostam Hanuma has her like kind of like posing. I'm like, this could be like fun. I thought it was gonna be like something like it's hot or
yeah.
I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
It feels very stock Hollywood type of movie. And it does in the beginning, and it just turns on a dime into this Hitchcockian thriller at the very end. And
there's a cute cat.
Yeah, and like, I mean, we've talked quite a bit about it and around it. I mean, it turns into a proto-slasher film.
Yes.
And it doesn't hold back with it either. Like, it goes for it. And it's so like, it's pulling from elements of noir. It's pulling from these different influences, and likely is influencing other people.
There's a moment where I'm like, oh man, that's definitely a Michael Myers moment. Is like in the climax in the dark train yard, like when Abu Siri goes through the train yard to find Hanuma, and you see Kawani kind of like in the shadow. And you see like a little light illuminating over him. You're like, oh, that's so good.
It's really good.
It's like, really especially because it's 1958. You're like, oh man, all you had really is like kind of like the Universal horror movies, I guess, or like the closest to horror. And this is like kind of doing like stuff like in the train yard in the end, where it's just like very slasher, very like Peeping Tom, very Psycho, very It's
very. To me, it's very like German expressionist kind of the shadows, which then turns into Universal horror, which later
it's like a noir German expressionist it's like neo-realism as well.
Yeah,
it deals with social stuff and like gender inequality.
Yeah, that's the thing. You read up on the movie and it's like, oh, this is a neo-realist film from Egypt, and I was like, oh, okay. And I'm sitting here watching it, and it turns into a proto-slasher film, and I went, we left neo-realist a little while ago. It's realistic in the way it's done. It's still a little heightened, but like,
I think it's more neorealism on the social elements.
Yeah, very much so, and it's very much
especially the repression part
in Cairo post-war. Like, like it's very much in that neo-realistic vein, but it just turns on a dime, and it doesn't like it. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say I recommend it.
Yeah,
I recommend it.
I think this is one of those ones where, like, get over your subtitles problem. Go watch it.
This, to me, is like this year's Metropolitan.
Go
where it just
watch
surprises you.
It's such an interesting film that touches on so many things, has all these different subplots, and it wraps them all up. It is really like, this is an unheralded, like, kind of, I would call it an unheralded masterpiece, like, because it's just, it does everything really right.
Yeah.
And it's like, it should be talked about in the same vein as a Psycho, as a even Peeping Tom needs more recognition.
Yes.
But like this one even more so, I think, because it's just so. It's something it doesn't have enough exposure over here.
Yes.
That's where I'm getting at.
And it's only an hour and 17 minutes. It's not like it's 2.5 hours or anything like that. But that's our thoughts on Cairo Station. Also check out the episode of Peeping Tom as well, as I also highly recommend that one.
It's a great movie.
Just going completely blind. I mean, we kind of gave you some elements, but I feel like we're not even scratching the surface of the second half at all.
Yeah.
That's our thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below what you think about the film. Is there any other Egyptian films? I don't think we've done many Egyptian films in the Criterion collection. So if there's any others, let us know. Make other suggestions.
Yeah.
There's still like, I don't know, 1,200 movies we have not done. So
yeah. I gotta look up Youssef Chahine's other films and see what else he's done and where they go.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like what's gonna come out when he gets the film rolling.
But yeah, that's it. Let us know in the comments below all that stuff. Like, subscribe, and share. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Condish Productions. Be sure to follow us on Letterboxd. Just search Criterion Connection. You'll see it has like 200 some movies on that list. Hit subscribe to it, and you can see how many movies you've seen. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm still Joe.
And we will see you later.